You know, some people are said to be able to digest a nail. That's a funny expression, of course. In fact, the structure of our stomach is really quite strong, but often its mucous membrane is attacked by an aggressive environment. Everyone has their own reserve of strength, and no one has an infinite one. In this video, I have collected those foods that are killing our stomachs and which should definitely be excluded from our diet. So watch till the end of the video. It will be very interesting and useful. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell too to not miss my news. Product number 1 is processed meat. This will include sausage, frankfurters, bacon, ham, and the like. Processed meats are classified as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning they have been proven to have negative effects and the ability to provoke gut and stomach cancers as well. The problem is that processed meat contains large amounts of nitrosamines, proven carcinogens. But that's not the only problem. In general, processed meat is a huge strain on our stomach, and it will provoke both gastritis and even ulcers. The next point is sugary sodas. If we throw a penny in a Coke and let it sit there, in 24 hours it will literally look like it came from the mint, shiny and perfect. Some acquaintances who worked at McDonald's even told me that they'd once cleaned fryers with Coke. Now, the ingredients in the sweet soda can break down polish, not just the walls of the stomach. Moving on, tomato paste. Of course, on the packaging of tomato paste may write that it is made from 100% natural products, almost from live tomatoes. In reality, of course, everything is not so rosy. First, people who have a problem with the stomach are not recommended to eat tomatoes, in principle, because there is a lot of tannic acid. It is very aggressive to the stomach. The problem with tomato paste is that the tannic acid and the concentration there is already off the charts. Moreover, if this tomato paste was sold in a tin, that is, in the form of cans, then the same tannic acid, interacting with the material of the can, forms a large number of toxins, which, among other things, are carcinogens. And this all puts a huge burden on our stomachs too. So if tomatoes are not recommended only for people with a sick stomach, and healthy people can eat tomatoes, then tomato paste from a tin can is not recommended to eat at all anyone. Let's move on. Alcoholic beverages like beer and champagne. That is, the very drinks that contain carbonated elements. For this, the stomach will say a big thank you. It will also put a big burden on our gallbladder too. And here we should also add strong alcohol mixed with soda, as people often do, like whiskey cola. In general, the abuse of alcohol, all the more strong or fizzy alcohol, will provoke stomach disease all the way up to cancer. So it is definitely not worth abusing it. Let's move on. The next point is pickles. Any marinade with vinegar is a huge burden on our stomach. If you really want to try something that isn't very dietary, pickles are probably the first thing that comes to mind. And as I've said many times before, the most harmful marinated product would be mushrooms. Mushrooms themselves are a pretty heavy food. They take quite a long time in our stomachs because they are difficult to break down. But if they are also pickled mushrooms, then you cannot be surprised that after them, the stomach hurts. This is a quite natural consequence. The next point is hot sauces. Yes, I realize, of course, that many of us like spicy things. I confess myself, I enjoy anything spicy, so spicy. But unfortunately, given the consequences of eating large quantities of spicy food, I have to deny myself that pleasure. Tranquilizers are very often added to confectionery, processed meat, particularly in sausages, in dairy products. It can also be called so beautifully milk fat substitute. And of course, the direct concentrate of trans fat is margarine. If anyone in the audience continues to eat margarine, I separately urge you, right now, just throw margarine out of your refrigerator. Don't ever mess with it. Don't even touch that evil. Butter is better than butter, vegetable butter is even better, but margarine is the most killer. The next item is deep fried. It's certainly very tasty. It certainly crunches in our mouths very nicely, but anything deep fried is pure poison to our stomach. Well, not just our stomach, of course, but also our intestines and our liver and our cardiovascular system. But in this video, we're talking about the stomach. So deep fried is breading. Will be so difficult for our stomach to break down. Huge amounts of gastric juice will be produced. and it's going to take so long before the body can break it down and evacuate it into the intestines that the stress and strain on the stomach is going to be unbelievable. And this is also where chips come in. Well, because the process of making chips is pretty similar to stir frying. We take thinly sliced potatoes, or just starchy flour tortillas, and actively fry them in technical oil. Tasty, salty, killer, a wonderful smoothie. Separately, we should talk about fiber. Of course, fiber is a useful element, and in general, it is recommended to consume 30 grams of fiber every day. But this is a recommendation for a healthy person, because we understand that in everything you need a measure. Some people have contraindications. It is increased gas, or in general you can find problems if you eat an excessive amount of fiber. This would include, for example, beans or cruciferous vegetables such as cabbage. So eating too much fiber or eating fiber for those who are contraindicated can cause increased gas, bloating, and abdominal discomfort. And in general, it can cause digestive problems. By the way, friends, and write in the comments, what do you eat of these? Or on the contrary, on principle, do not eat. Tell me would be interesting. And now, I highly recommend that you watch my video. The link to the video has just appeared on your screen. Be sure to watch it. And if you liked the video, then like it and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.